Welcome back to Movie Summary. Today we are diving into a film called Dangerous Lies. The movie begins with a red car arriving. It stops and someone comes out of it with such swagger. That someone is Charlie. He quickly enters the back of a kitchen. The cook reprimands him for being late. He apologizes. An order is ready and Katie the waitress takes it to its table. When she arrives at the table, the young man fell asleep. His name is Adam and he is her husband. She wakes him and asks him if he had a rough day. He indeed did. She serves him food and wonders if she can get him anything else. The couple then goes to make out in his car. Minutes later, she unfortunately announces him that her break is over. But Adam doesn't want to let her go and want her to stop working night. But she reminds him they have to keep their heads above water until he finishes school. Adam really wants a better life for them. Katie comforts him that after school is over they will finally be able to get the jobs of their dream. Adam looks at the beautiful Katie and realizes how much of a lucky man he is to have her. They get out of the car and come back to the kitchen. They then hear some noise in the dining area. They look and see a man with a gun robbing the place. They hide and notices even one cook is laying on the ground dead. It's Charlie. Katie takes her breath. Meanwhile Adam takes a pan. He is ready to get in there. Katie doesn't think it's a good idea. But Adam is determined and goes in there on his knees. He slowly advances as the robber is holding a girl hostage. He comes from behind and tackles him, knocking him out with the pan. Moments later, police arrives and the news spreads like wildfire with medias calling him a hero. The robber has been taken to custody and the dinner shuts down temporarily. We then jump to 4 months later. Katie is driving in a rich neighborhood. She arrives at a gorgeous house. She enters, screams, "Good morning Leonard," goes to pick up the mail. We are shown the beautiful house from outside as Katie is preparing some tea which she brings to an old man named Leonard. The man looks at his beautiful garden and shares stories from his childhood. He is 88 years old. Katie then checks his schedule. But Leonard reminds her today is their anniversary. 4 months ago the agency sent him Katie as his new caretaker and companion. That same night, Katie is at home with Adam talking about how many interviews he needs to go through to get a job. This frustrates her and she admits being stressed at the moment. They had another call from the student loan people. Katie reminds him he stopped taking classes so they have to pay back the student loans. She adds that there is also the credit card people to pay attention. Adam sees how stressed his wife is and reassures he will figure out something. The couple is really in a tough spot right now. Sleepless nights after sleepless nights. She confronts him saying they need money ASAP. He has been saying for months that he will figure out something but it doesn't convince her anymore. Adam tells her they need more time but she screams at him that they don't have more time. The frustration builds up to a point where a plate breaks. Katie then asks him why he never listened. Why he went to play the hero 4 months ago. He could have died, she reminds him. She can't imagine living without him. He tries to hold her in his arms but she steps out. She needs some fresh air. Hours later, early morning, Leonard hears some noises outside his house. He takes a bat and goes to check. He realizes it's Katie who hangs up on Adam calling her again. She needed a place to think. He confesses to her it's not the first time. He always hears people in his house and when he comes out they are gone. Minutes later, she tells him about her money issues. Leonard wants to help her financially but she refuses. Leonard sees a young couple starting out and thinks they need some push. He sees himself in them and wants to make a difference in their lives. But Katie says Adam needs a job. The next day, she brings him to the house to meet Leonard. Both men spend time getting to know each other. At this moment, someone rings the bell. It's a real estate agent by the name of Mickey. He has a client who wants to buy this house. But Kate cuts him and says this house isn't for sale. But Mickey repeats that his client is seriously motivated. She closes the door on him but he stops her and tells her if by any crazy chances the owner changes his mind, to call him. As soon as she closes the door, she feels this interaction was a little bit strange. That evening, Katie tells Adam about Mickey. He also finds it strange and believes that house must be worth a fortune. The next day, Adam starts working for Leonard taking care of his yard. He gives a good glance at a car he sees in the garage. Meanwhile, Katie prepares Leonard's breakfast like usual. The man listening an old song from his glory days and asks Katie to sit with him. After work, the couple drives away while Adam asks a bunch of questions about how the inside of the house look. As soon as they drive off, a black car follows them. Later that night, the couple is together and happily in love. The following day, a man rings the bell. It's Mr. Claver from the agency that sent Katie. He wants to talk to Leonard privately. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Adam surprises Katie in the kitchen, but she reminds him he can't be inside of the house. She kicks him out. Minutes later, while leaving, Mr. Calver sees Adam and is surprised they hired a new gardener. He keeps looking at him while leaving. Back inside, Leonard reassures her that he told Mr. Calver he needs her more than ever. He pays her, and when she opens the envelope she realizes he wrote a bigger amounts. She tells Adam it's because she shared their financial issues with him. Adam isn't happy with this. She doesn't want to take the check, but Adam pushes her to do so because they are desperately in need of money. Katie then goes to deposit while Mickey is in another car watching them. The next day, the couple arrives to work as usual. Katie prepares the breakfast as usual, and when she goes upstairs she finds Leonard dead. She calls her husband, who confirms it. Katie is in tears. Adam then finds a key next to him. He searches and finds what it opens. A box with Leonard's wife photos and articles of her being killed in a car accident. Katie is surprised as Leonard always told her he never married. Under those articles they find a lot of money. Adam thinks they should take it because otherwise the police will. Moments later they call the police and Detective Chester questions them. The next day, Katie goes back to Mr. Calver to get her name back on the list so they can find a new person for her to take care. But Mr. Calver announces to her he can't put her back to work until the police finishes their investigation. She is shocked that they think she may have something to do with what happened to Leonard. But he can't offer her another job for now. Meanwhile, Adam drives to Leonard's house and goes to take the money in the box. He then hears a noise. When he goes to check he sees a window broken. Someone then knocks him out from behind. Adam then wakes up to his wife calling. She arrives and is mad that he came to the house like that. She screams, "You shouldn't be here." But when he screams that the money in the box is almost $100,000, Katie shut up and is speechless. Moments later, both take the money and go deposit it at a safe in the bank. Of course, Mickey is still watching them from another car, then follows them like usual. Days later, Julia comes to the talk to couple. She was Leonard's attorney. She made his will, and she announces that Leonard left everything to her, including the house. The couple is shocked as their life is about to change. What they don't know is that this gift, this dream, will quickly turn into a nightmare. They have no idea what is waiting for them. Find out in part 2 attached here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out other movie summaries we have on our channel.